Hello and welcome to the 100 Acre Wool Knitting Podcast. My name is Bella and I am a knitter and knitwear designer and crafter and sewer and lover of all things fiber arts, and I'm based in Northern California in the US, and this is a podcast where we come to chat about all the things that I'm making, new designs that I have in the works, and new projects that I have going on, maybe some hand spun yarn giveaways and so on and so forth, things like that. And today's episode, there's a lot of things to catch you guys up on. It's been, again, a little while since I've podcast. This is turning out to be about a once a month podcast, and there's a lot to show you. I've finished a lot of things. There's some things in test knitting now, some new designs, and a lot of new things coming. That's always what happens, right? You finish one project and it's on to the next immediately. At least that's how I am. So exciting. So lots of things to go over. So first we will get into what I'm wearing. I guess I'll just quickly mention that because I feel like I always forget. I am wearing my Amaretta blouse, one of my Amaretta blouses, because at this point I have so many. I love this pattern so much. I guess I'm a little biased because it is my own pattern, but anyway, it is a very comfortable, very cute little t-shirt or long sleeve kind of a garment. This one is a short sleeve version, and I did the little button band placket because I thought that would be cute, but there's also a method in the pattern that you can just knit it in the round, and I also have versions of that. So yeah, it's just super comfy and easy to just chuck on. And this one I did a little crochet scallop edge, which is also in the pattern, and I just think it's really a little sweet, cute touch. So that's my Amaretta blouse that I'm wearing today, since it still is quite warm around here. We're getting almost to September. It's still pretty warm. I think this weekend we're supposed to be in the 90s, so that's California. But anyway, I will mention to you all that since the last podcast, there has been a pattern released. One of my patterns released, a new pattern, and it is this. It's the Amaryllis blouse. I know, the names are pretty similar, Amaretta and Amaryllis. Anyway, this one was designed by Amaryllis Flowers, thus the name. So hopefully you can see at the neckline some really pretty little detailing, and it creates a really lovely neckline edge while it's being worn. Maybe I'll insert a picture so you can see better what I'm talking about, since I'm not wearing it right now. This again is a bit too warm at this point for us, but I'm really excited for the fall time, and I'm going to start wearing this and go on date nights and things, and it's just a very beautiful little thing to feel a little fancy. And it's also so comfortable. This is entirely brioche knit, and also one strand of a lace weight yarn. It's a fluffy lace weight. It's like a mohair wool blend, but it is a very thin yarn, and it just makes the whole thing like wearing a cloud. It's just so airy and comfortable. So I'm really excited for this, but it's still really warm. It's like a really interesting kind of fabric. So anyway, that's Amaryllis, and this is now available on my Ravelry shop if you would like to go check it out. I always have that linked down below in the description of this video. And yeah, there's some sweet little edgings on the sleeves, and also an optional waist tie right here. So you can opt to tuck it in or leave it out, or you can also add the little waist tie while you're wearing it and just have a cute little detail there. So yeah, that pattern is now available. And okay, so in today's podcast, we have a couple finished objects, I think 2 new finished objects, and a couple works in progress and things to catch you up on. So we'll get into first the most exciting finished object, what I'm most excited about. I have finally finished my Luline cardigan. This has been, it feels like so long. It hasn't been a year, but I think I cast this on this past April, and I think during the design process, I probably have knit this entire thing like 3 times. Maybe not the entire thing, but I feel like almost every part of it, just to get it exactly how I wanted it and exactly right and how I was envisioning. it just took a lot of ripping back and redoing, which comes with the process, comes with the territory of knitwear designing, but this was a particularly interesting one. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with it, but it did take a while because I was doing work that was being ripped out later. But that's how it goes, and I'm happy with this result. I'm so happy with the result. So this is an all over cable knit cardigan. The cable knit motif was also very fun for me to figure out. I had a very strong vision in my mind of how I wanted it to look, and I was trying so many swatches to figure out how to actually execute it and create the chart for it. So it took a lot of trial and error, but finally got it, and I'm so happy with the result. It's exactly what I was envisioning in my brain, and yeah, it was a very fun time to knit. When I was actually knitting it, it was really fun, even though I did have to rip out a lot. That's okay. It was a lot of fun to actually create, and every time I put it on, I just feel so fancy, and it's so soft and lovely. I used Cardiff Cashmere, their classic base yarn, for this pattern, and it was my first time working with this, but I am already working with it again because I love it so much. It's so soft and lovely, and it's holding up very, very well. That was something I was a little concerned about because I have never knit with cashmere before at all, and I realized that I have a couple cashmere things that are like, you know, you buy at the store, not hand knits, and those are just so delicate, and I think probably because they're so thin. But anyway, I was anticipating it would be kind of, you know, I would have to be very, very delicate with this, but no, it is wearing so well. Again, I said I've had this in the works since April, and also through the design process and everything like that. I have steamed this probably like 15 times, and, you know, pulling the stitches and reworking things and everything, and the oldest part of this cardigan is at the bottom because it's worked bottom up, so this area is the oldest, and that's like many months old, and it still looks brand new, and it's gone through a lot. It's seen some wear already just in the process of me making this. So the yarn is holding up very well, and I'm just so excited to have this in my wardrobe now. And of course my grandma wants one, and I'm just like, I wish I had 10 hands. So we'll see. But yeah, this is in test knitting now, and the pattern is planned to be released in the middle of December, this coming December. So yeah, we've started the test knit, and everyone seems very excited. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. I don't know if I said already, it's a drop shoulder construction. So it's worked from the bottom up and pretty minimal shaping. And then the sleeves are also worked bottom up and attached to the body at some point. And then also the shoulders have a very pretty little detail. So I'm showing you the back now. So there's a little shoulder detail, another little cable motif that you get to do to bind off the shoulders. So yeah, that is the Luline cardigan. Wow. This is probably my most complicated, involved, for me to design pattern that I've ever done. So very exciting, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. And let's see. Okay, so another design that I'm working on. Oh, I guess another finished object. I finished my Woodgrove socks, my second Woodgrove sock, and this pattern is also in test knitting. Actually, a couple test knitters have already finished theirs, and they're so cute. It makes me want to knit another one, at least another pair in the colorways that they chose, and it's just so adorable. That's always my problem when there's test knitting happening, is that I see test knitters versions and I'm like, wait, I want that too. I want to make that version too in those colors. But anyway, yeah, finished my pair, and I think the motif is so fun. I designed these to have as like little hiking socks, and I haven't worn mine yet hiking because I need to keep these looking nice for photos and such before the release. But once they're released, these are going to be on my feet all the time going on hikes, and I just thought it'd be so cute to have the little motif sticking out of your boot. Or of course you could wear it around the house or anytime. They're socks, but anyway, that was the inspiration for the Woodgrove socks. And for this particular version, I used Rauma Phenol Yarn, and in 2 colorways. I don't remember the colorways, but yeah. And they're also worked from the top down. I pretty much prefer that method most of the time, depending on the pattern, but I think you get a better cuff when you work it top down rather than bottom up. Yeah. Woodgrove socks. So fun little color work. If you've never done color work before, that would be a good way to start out since there isn't very much of it. Okay, so that was the other finished object, and another work in progress. I am still working on my Fleuret pullover design, and this is also worked bottom up, so everything is detached, but I have finished the first sleeve, so I'm really happy with how this one came out. I did my math correctly this time, the first time, so it actually fits me. Like I said, with the Leline cardigan, I knit that sleeve 3 times. So anyway, this was very nice to have it be right the first time. So now I'm going to be working on the second sleeve, and then I will be able to join everything and finish up the top half of the pullover. But it's just this pattern, like the texture, the stitch pattern just makes me so happy to look at. I don't know how well it will come up on camera as far as like the tactility, is that a word? The tactile nature of this fabric. It's really fun to look at. just to have it on a surface and to just be able to look at. It's also very, very fun to knit, but yeah, I don't know, something about these colors and the texture, it's just bringing me a lot of joy, and I'm really, really excited to have this one in my wardrobe. I think this will be a really great chuck it on anytime with anything, and it'll just be cute. Yeah, so it's a bit of a stripy, the overall look is kind of stripy, but it's also got those fun textures all the way throughout. Oh, and for this pattern, I am using, for this sample, I'm using Onarok Air yarn. They're new to Den yarn, and let's see, I'm using 5 colors. Of course, you do not need to use this yarn, and you also do not need to do exactly the 5 colors like I am doing, because I am experiencing that there's going to be a lot of ends. With using more colors, there's going to be a lot of ends to weave in. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do that in a more easy, simple, quick method, so you don't have to actually weave in every single end. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yes, I'm using 5 colors. So there's the main color, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 4 contrast colors, 1 main color. And yes, but yeah, you of course don't have to use 5 colors, and I think it would be really cool to see just the entire thing in 1 color. I've done some swatching of that, and I chose to do this in particular for the original because the colors actually inspired the design. I saw all 4 colors, all of the contrast colors laid out in my stash. I have everything color coded now, and I just saw the 4 in a row, and I just was like, those 4 colors need to be playing together in something. So that's where this was born. Yeah, so that is Fleuret, and I'm working through that and hoping to have the test knit ready soon, but of course I myself am only about halfway through the entire thing. So anyway, that will be coming soon. And another thing that I'm working on, I have had this sweater for my mom. This is a version of the Amaryllis that I just told you is out now. This is a version before the version, if that makes sense. This is quite a bit different than what is actually the real version, but it's also pretty similar. It has the same kind of a neckline, but the scallops are a little bit bigger, and then she also wanted little scallops at the bottom. I haven't woven in the ends yet, but she saw my version and she said, "Oh my gosh, I love your sleeves." And I had actually already bound this off. I didn't weave in the ends yet, but these were her original sleeves. So, or this is the original sleeve on this version that I knit for her. It's a 3/4 length, and I just did a little bit of a rib at the bottom hem. Pretty simple, some decreasing as well. But she saw my sleeve and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I want that version." So I am in the process of ripping out both of the sleeves and reknitting them to be what is now in the pattern for the amaryllis. So that is what this sleeve is, and I'm just working away at that for her because I want her to love this so much and wear it as much as possible. I'm also, I think I'm also going to create a little waist tie in there for her, just in case she wants to use that too. So another whip that I'm working on that was a finished object and now it is a whip again. That's okay. Okay. I guess we'll go into new projects coming up now. So I am working on a new design, and because I don't want to spoil too many things at this point, I'm just going to show you the colors. So if you know me at all, if you've been following the podcast here, or if you follow me on Instagram or anything like that, these are very unusual colors for me to be working with, and that is exactly the point. I was feeling like I really love the natural, muted kind of tones. That's usually what I'm working with, but I wanted to try something different and go out of my comfort zone and have some fun. So I am working with these colors. They were also, this whole design and process was also kind of inspired by the Cardiff collection of colors, their color choices. If you have a yarn range that has a zillion colors, I am bound to love it, because when there's more of a color selection, I can just, it's so inspirational to me. So anyway, their color collection for the Cardiff Classic is just a very, very wide range, and also their selection of like these brights in particular was just so beautiful. I just couldn't say no. So I was playing with all the colors and putting them together and seeing what I liked best, and this is what I came up with. So all of these colors are going to be in something, and you will see more. I'll probably be posting updates most quickly on my Instagram, because I'm able to do things there much more frequently than here on YouTube. So if you'd like to see more, and also to apply if you want to be a test knitter in the future for me, I do all of my test knit calls on my Instagram, so I would definitely recommend checking me out there, checking out that if you would like to do test knitting or see more frequent updates with any of this. So yeah, I'm really excited about this project, and I am already working with it, as I said, but I don't want to show it to you yet, so that'll be next time. But yeah, all of these colors, and I'm just so excited. So excited to see how it turns out. I'm so excited to have it in my wardrobe, and it's inspiring other things now. So yeah, we're doing some new things. Yeah. Okay, and next I finished a new hand spun yarn, and I'm also planning to use this very soon, I think, because I just love it so much. So this is a new skein of hand spun that I finished. It's a 2-ply from fiber. It's spun with fiber from Malabrigo. It's their Nube fiber. That's what the fiber is called, Nube. And this colorway is Piedras, Piedras, and I just can't get over it. The colors, like how many colors there are in this, and the way that they just blend together, the toning, it's just amazing. I just love it so much. So I'm definitely gonna have to get another of this fiber braid. I almost don't want to knit with this skein because it's just so pretty on its own, but it's also so pretty, so I do want to knit with it. So I think I am going to use this. I should, right? Isn't that the whole point of hand spinning, is to use the yarn? It is an art form in itself. Anyway, getting off topic here. Yes, this is going to be another sample for the something that I'm knitting with this. So this is going to be one sample of something, and then this is going to be included in another sample of that same pattern, is what I'm thinking. That's the plan. Of course, I haven't started swatching with it yet. You can see it's still in the hank, but that's the plan. Yeah, I'm just really excited about this project coming up. And of course, I will inform you all more as it progresses. But yeah, I just love these colors too much. I couldn't let it languish, I suppose. So I already picked another yarn to go with it. So thinking this will be the duo. I think this is coming up really dark on the camera, but I will try to color correct it so it looks correct. Yeah, in person, they seem very complimentary. So that is a plan for a new design coming, and I'm very, very excited about it. I love color and playing with color and swatching and all like that. So yeah, I think now we have a giveaway. I'm realizing that I didn't announce this at the beginning, but hello, surprise giveaway. I ordered some new knitting books recently, and on one of them, they accidentally sent me 2 copies. So I figured, why not we do a little giveaway? So I am giving away 1 copy of A Fourth Treasury of Knitting Patterns by Barbara G. Walker. So if you would like to own this, if you don't have this already, please do apply for the giveaway. And if you would like to apply to be in the giveaway, then please just comment below what is your favorite type of stitch or texture or type of pattern that you love to knit. Do you love textural knitting? Do you love mosaic knitting? Do you love colorwork knitting? Do you love brioche? What would you say is probably your favorite type of stitch or type of knitting? I would love to know. Yeah, so next episode I will pick a winner from the comments and I will send this out to you. Yeah, so I think that is everything for today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you got some inspiration or some ideas. And again, as I said, if you would like to be a test knitter for me in the future, if you'd like to apply to my test knits in the future, or if you would like to see updates on everything more frequently, then I would recommend checking out my Instagram. I have that linked down below. And yeah, thank you again so much for being here, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. So happy knitting and happy making, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.